What's up, y'all? This is Ty. How you doing? I am here to review. I don't know what I'm clapping for. I don't know why I always do that. It's so crazy. I'm here to review the season premiere, season 4 premiere of Greenleaf on the OWN network. Now, let me tell you, I'm new to this Greenleaf because I just got on board last season when I binge watched it on Netflix. And I love this show, and I love the performances by the beautiful and talented Lynn Whitfield, and I love the chemistry between her and the wonderful actor Keith David. Yes. So I binge watched season 3 and I was all caught up. I binge watched it last season on Netflix. Love the show. And now I want to review this show, and I'm going to review the season premiere of season 4, which was titled Original Sin. Now listen, my kids take over my TV. So when they not here or when they in bed or whatever, I get to come out here and watch shows that I want to watch and not all the kiddie stuff that they make me watch with them, because my kids like daddy to sit with them, and I love it too. It's quality time. We watch all these cute little shows, Family Reunion and Cleo and Cookie and Story Bots and all this Disney stuff and Disney that, but that's no here nor there. Just saying, that's why I had to kind of binge watch. I had to have one day to myself and I just watched the whole season. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Okay, no rambling. Let's get right into season 4, this season premiere. All right, so this episode picks up where we left off. The poor Greenleafs are no longer in charge of Calvary Church. Well, Grace is in as one of the pastors, and so is this Philip, and we have Bob Whitmore, the owner of this Christian monopoly, this Christian franchise of faith-based, I call it this Christian faith-based franchise of churches around the country called Harmony and Hope. And it's like gospel light. It ain't that deep down. It's gospel light. It's a business now. It's a business. He owns a business. He takes over churches. He gentrifies them, puts them all and streamlines them, and it just puts it all one way. And the Greenleafs are not happy about that. They like it to be spirit-led, but this is more, it's supposed to be spirit-led, but this is more business. And yes, sometimes church is a business, but the spirit's supposed to be up in there too. That's how I grew up. So anyway, the episode starts, the young lady's singing beautifully, and what happens? Bob Whitmore, the owner of Harmony and Hope, pissed me off because he gets up when the lady finished singing and says, "Oh, wow, yeah. What a great performance." Bob, you messing up, bro. We don't call it performances in church. It's not a performance. It's spirit-led. It is a spirit-led. It's a selection. It's a selection, not a performance, although some of y'all do be performing up in church. You ain't supposed to be performing. This ain't the theater, but some of y'all do be performing up in church. But it's supposed to be spirit-led. Don't call it a performance. It's supposed to be a selection. You're supposed to say, what a beautiful selection. A beautiful selection, not performance. So he turned me off right there. Then he said something stupid like, "Oh, look at all the ladies with all these hats. Wow, so many hats." Bruh. That's what they do in the black church. They wear their big hats. Come on. So Bob Whitmore was pissing me off. We then see Bishop. He's pissed off, and I'm feeling him. He wants to step to Bob Whitmore and Connie and give them a piece of his mind. But Grace is like, no. And Grace and Lady Mae are on the same page. She's like, no. That's not the way we're going to do this. I have a plan. We're going to get Jacob and Charity, which are Grace's brother and sister, in here. I'm going to try to make them AP, which is associate pastor or assistant pastor or whatever. And then once we get them in here, then we can work on getting Calvary Church back. And of course, she's like, let me handle it. And then, of course, in great Lady Mae fashion, after agreeing with Grace, what does she do? Lady Mae goes and speaks to Bob Whitmore and Connie, and she's throwing daggers and throwing shade. She's like, oh, the sermon. Yes, I call those, what did she say? She said, I call those minister minutes or something like that. I thought that was funny. She's like, oh, we call those minister minutes. It was so short. And here we go with that, like I told you, that business versus spirit-led. Whitmore fires back. Oh, well, we're working on, it's a business and we're working on how things go. And in our other churches, we make sure it's like short and to the point. I get it. You like the longer sermons, but we like short and to the point. Me, I kind of like feel that. Like, let's get to the point. We don't have to be long and drawn out. But I come from churches where the pastor be like, I ain't going to be before you long. That's the first lie he tell, because then 3 hours later, he's still up there preaching and shouting. So I kind of was like, the ministers' sermons, the mini sermons are not too bad. A little quick little word is not too bad. But anyway, they go back and forth with that, and Connie makes a jab like, oh, well, the offertory was well. We collected a lot of money today. And then that's when Lady Mae fires back. Oh, so it's about money now. Oh, that's what it's about? I thought it was what? About the spirit. So here we go with that spirit led, leading the spirit versus the profits, the financial gain, but it's a thin line, it's tricky, because you need the money too, and it is a mega church. So I thought that was a well-played scene, and we see Connie's like, I don't know what you're trying to do, Lady Mae, but you're not getting back up in here. No, we like your daughter. You and your husband and that mess, and y'all not, it's done. It's a wrap. So it's interesting, starting off good. I was like, yeah, this is good. I'm enjoying this. What else happened? We see that the scandal, the money scandal that hurt Jacob and his wife Karissa last year, they have to move back in. They ain't got no money now. They got to move back in. Even though he was framed, they have to move back in with the Greenleafs at the big compound. And there is tension, of course, because Karissa don't want to be there. So we see that Grace goes to Philip and makes the proposal saying, listen, I want my siblings in here. He basically says no. So then at the family meeting, Grace tells the family what happened. And boy, this was a really good scene because Karissa went off on Grace, told Grace, ever since you came back here, damn it, ever since you came back here, things have been a mess. You know what? You need to take your butt back in there and try again and stop being so selfish. And she's just going off. And now we got Karissa and Charity. They just like, yeah. They just like, yeah, pretty much. And what was interesting, you see Lady Mae kind of like, y'all are doing too much and being a little too hard on Grace. Grace gets pissed off, and Grace is like, look, you know what? Let me excuse myself from the table because Karissa, you pissing me off. And Carissa's like, I earned my spot in this family to say what I need to say. And she starts going at it with Lady Mae and saying something about, she don't want to be there. And Lady Mae pretty much told her son, she said, listen, y'all up in my house for free. Y'all ain't paying no rent. Y'all living good. So, y'all need to chill out a little bit. And I like when Bishop said, you need to get your wife in check pretty much. And don't let her get no wine in her because she getting this courage juice and she's popping off because she really went off. I was like, wow, okay. Because she's like, listen, get him in there. Get him in here. So what other scene did I like? I also like the scene where the bishop confronted Bob Whitmore. Bob Whitmore's all in his office. Everybody's being shady and throwing darts at each other. He's in his office like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And Bishop told him straight out, listen, I know what you did to Pastor such and such at that other church, how you took his church over, even though he didn't want to sell to you. You went and found some dirt on him about some painkiller addiction or whatever he had, told his congregation, and you got him out. I know you up to something, but I'm going to let you know, I'm going to take you down. That's basically what Bishop told Bob Whitmore. But Bob Whitmore did that typical church Nice, nasty, that typical church shade. You know that, I'm going to pray for you. Whenever somebody say that in church, I'm going to pray for you or God bless you, they're kind of saying, that's the Christian way of saying, F you. It's the nice, nasty way. And he was like, I'm going to pray to the Lord to get that spirit of resentment out of you, Pastor. Get that, Bishop, get that spirit of resentment out. Then he threw another zinger. He said, oh, and I met your wife. Oh, she's so fiery. How'd you let that go? How'd you lose that? See, that's that nice, nasty, I'm going to pray for you, but I'm going to throw a dart while I'm praying for you. Like, yeah, try me. But he's playing nice, nasty still. So I was like, great scene, great scene. Another interesting scene, we see Charity, who to me she's just a crybaby, and she's the black sheep of the family. She feels unappreciated. She feels like she needs to be, she wants to preach. She doesn't want to sing anymore. She wants to preach, and she feels like nobody respects her. She done tipped off and spoke to Philip. She's shooting her shot on her own. She's like, listen, make me a associate pastor, AP. I can do it, blah, blah, blah. And Philip's sneaky self is like, you know what? I'll consider it if you consider being my snitch, basically. If you consider being my little snake spy and spy on your family. I'm sitting there like, oh, Charity, you just so gullible. Don't believe this man. This dude is not going to, he's using you to get some information on your family. He's not going to make you an assistant pastor or associate pastor, whatever it's called. He's not going to do that. I don't believe he's going to do that. He's just going to use you. So she's like, I'll think about it. Charity, what we going to do with you? So let's go to Grace. Go back to Grace. Grace has now decided, I'm going to go speak to who? She's going to speak to Bob Whitmore. And she tells Bob, listen, you either make Philip and Charity APs or I'm leaving. And I'm leaving now. And she's like, because it's like, there's a reason you have me here. There's something that I'm the draw, and there's a reason you have me here. I'm going to leave if you don't give in to my demands. So they come into a compromise, and that's interesting. She got a point. They come to a compromise, and the compromise is, okay, we'll let Jacob in as AP, but Charity, she can stay in the quiet, basically. Let her, she's not, no. So this was a really great scene. We have Grace telling the family the good news. And I thought this was interesting because now, Karissa, your tune has changed. Now you ain't rah, 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 rah. Now you're like, oh, yes, Grace, good job. Because now she got your man up in there. And now, now they helped your family. Now you happy because he's becoming AP. And it also helps with that job interview that he went on now that he's saying he's AP. He can say he's back in church as the AP. He's at Calvary now. See, that's a good look for y'all. So she's like, oh, great. Now you see that? You flipped. You flipped on Grace before. Now you cool with Grace because of this outcome. See, I don't like people like that. It's just, and Charity goes off on them, and she's like, oh, now Karissa, and she's saying the same thing I said, oh, now Karissa is fine because your man got a spot. But what about me? What about what I want? What about me? Oh, Charity. Charity was flipping. Charity's like, listen, I thought the deal was you walk if he doesn't take me and Jacob. Why is he only taking Jacob, and why are you not walking? And so she's flipping out. She's too emotional for me. I get it. You feel like the black sheep. They kind of do brush you off a little bit, but damn, Charity, think, calm down, relax. So there's a lot of things going on in that when Charity was flipping out and she was like, y'all don't listen to me, y'all don't carry on. And Again, they were dismissing her right there because her father was like, well, if you sometimes calm down, Charity, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, dag, y'all do her so badly. So she stormed off. And now what is she going to do? Now she goes to Philip and says, you know what? I'm in. Because now you done pissed her off. Now she's in. But see, Charity, you're too emotional and you're not thinking. Philip is just going to use you. He's not going to give you that. No, ma'am. He's just using you. But this episode was a good episode. And I can't wait till next week to see what's going to happen, how this whole thing plays out. We know somehow the Greenleaf family is going to end up getting this whole church back, probably by the end of the season. But I'm enjoying watching this unfold. And then there was that other scandal where Grace is called and she's told that somebody tells her she has a son. Somebody saying that they're her son. And that's where they left off. So it's going to be interesting. Is Lady Mae and the bishop ever going to get back together? Who's going to end up with this church? Will it be the bishop? Will it be Lady Mae? And how are they going to do that? We'll have to find out the rest of the season. So that's it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm really liking this show. And I'm putting it out in the atmosphere that I'm going to be on this show one day. Put me in the choir. Let me sing. I could sing, you know, so let me sing. Because you guys who do follow me, the few that you do follow me, you know that I'm a actor, singer. I get paid for things. I've been in small things. But, yeah, put me on Greenleaf. Somebody with some connections. Put me. I could sing. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Oh, yeah. I'm just playing right now. Let me stop bugging out. But anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And be blessed. I'm out. A brother got to go to bed. Be blessed.